Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
Fourth and goal to go with the 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
Now, the Giants were given a modest offseason grade. Now, I gotta disagree a little bit with this one. But once again, the Giants, it's the Giants. Giants don't get a lot of love, and understandable so. You know, when you are, when you're 3-14, you got, I mean, how much love can you really expect? But this offseason, I think they did a little bit better than this article is giving them credit for. From I think it's Yahoo? Yeah, Yahoo Sports. Giants were given a modest 2025 offseason grade by PFF. I think they did a little bit better than what they did. But Giants entered the offseason with a specific goal in mind: take swings and fix the quarterback room. General Manager Joe Schoen did exactly that, exploring trade for Matthew Stafford and others, calling the Titans for the number 1 overall pick and meeting with free agent Aaron Rodgers. Right? It doesn't always work out, but he took a chance. Right? In the end, the Giants signed a pair of veteran quarterbacks, Wilson and Winston, before trading back into the first round to get Ole Miss quarterback Jaxson Dart. They also re-signed Tommy Chicken Cutlet Parmesan. Was it the precise outcome Shane and head coach Brian Daboll had hoped for? Well, no one can know for sure, but that seems unlikely given their earlier pursuits. Either way, it was a satisfactory outcome. But that wasn't all the team did this offseason. He also provided a significant boost to the secondary with a pair of veteran signings, adding elite-level talent to the defensive line, beefed up the ground game, and brought in high-character players to fit the locker room. Despite all of that work and on-paper improvements, PFF gave the Giants a grade of a B- for their offseason work. I think I'd have to give them at least a B. I'm not saying that they hit it out of the park, but they didn't have a ton of cap space, right? They brought in 2 veteran quarterbacks with, once again, we're not paying $50 million a season, $40 million a season for one of these quarterbacks. We brought in 3 new quarterbacks, quite possibly the quarterback of the future. So, Giants took swings at quarterback, Geno Smith and Matthew Stafford, and in the trade market, and even called up number 1 overall for Cam Ward. But they were forced to settle for Jaxson Dart at the back of end of round 1. Defensive backs Paulson Adebo and Javon Holland were great additions via free agency for a defense that earned a 52.2 PFF coverage grade last season. Giants draft was very good overall, earning an A- in PFF's draft grades. So, but the Patriots and the Bears, who will both play the Giants in 2025, were both given A+. Once again, this is all, this is, what they think, Giants had a lot of holes, right? 2 of our biggest problems we've had for a while is obviously the offensive line and quarterback. Right? We've had this for a long time, and we still don't even know if it's fixed, right? But, we had a lot of holes. We did not necessarily add an offensive weapon. We brought in, obviously we drafted Dart. We brought in 2 veterans for the short term. We drafted an offensive line, but we're not sure if the offensive line is fixed. So I can kind of see, but we got Carter, right? We got Alexander, so we got somebody next to Sexy. We brought in Adebo. We brought in Holland, so it makes Banks put him over to cornerback number 2. So our defenses should be improved over last season. If it's not, Bowen's just got to go. I mean, right? He's got to go. So our defense is, we really got, and it's young too, very, very young, right? And a lot of the guys will be back from last season, and we still have a lot of guys on for the next couple of years too, right? Because we'll have Carter. Hopefully, we sign McFadden. Hopefully, right? We got a Karake for another couple of seasons. Hopefully, we sign McFadden. We got Carter, obviously, for 4, quite possibly 5. We picked up Kayvon's 5th-year option, so we got him this season. We got him next year. We got Bernsey for a few more years. We got Sexy for a few more years. We got Alexander. The whole secondary. We have, the starters we have for years, Newbin and Holland. We got those guys for 3 more years. We brought in, I think, a Debo for 3 years, right? We got Banks for at least another 2, possibly pick up his 5th-year option, so maybe another 3. We got Phillips for another 3. So we got the defense for, quite a lot of the guys are going to be here for years, unless, of course, you let them go early or what, but we got a very young, solid defense, right? So, but the thing is, like with the Giants, they have so many holes, they couldn't fill everything, once again, that's what PFF thinks. Do I think they got an A for the offseason? No. But the PFF was a B. I'm a B minus. I'm sorry. I got to give him at least a B, if not a B plus. I'll just try to be fair and honest to give him an A. No, maybe not. But I got to give him at least a B, if not a B plus. I think what's changed with the draft and with the talent, we did not have a ton. I think the Patriots had a ton of cap space. We did not. So the guys that we brought in, with the amount of cap space we had, I think Shane did a very, very good job. Now, are we fixed? No. Do we still have holes? Sure. Do we still have questions? Yep, absolutely. But I think what Shane did between the draft and free agency, you got to give him at least a B.